What's exciting about this project, it's recognizing one of the oldest mammal migrations in North America. We are blessed in the West with a lot of public land. In this area, we've got public land up high. Down low on the critical winter habitat is private land. Private landowners are an absolute critical part of this equation.
The animals, when they move from their summer range to their winter range, they don't respect private land boundaries or government boundaries. They move wherever their traditional migration corridor was.
You know, it's our stewardship responsibility to make sure that that continues despite whatever kinds of land uses there are.
A lot of the problems that wildlife has in these days of fragmented habitats, broken up ranches and all that sort of thing is they can't get from one high quality piece of habitat to the next piece of high quality habitat without going through a lot of obstacles.
Talking about migratory big game animals, it's not just looking at a township. We're looking at several hundreds of square miles between the summer range and the winter range.
We mapped about 110 miles of fences, and of that, approximately 90% of the fences had some barrier to wildlife moving through them. We would often find a very low bottom strand. When the antelope try to get underneath that, they'd struggle, and very often we'd find tufts of their hair stuck to the barbs. The fence inventory provided, a real clear picture of where the barriers were to wildlife moving through these corridors, and was a really good planning tool for the land trust to then take to the landowners and say, this is what we'd like to do on your property.
They're gonna go up our fence line and pound posts. And then we're gonna have two guys clipping the posts with little clips, and then one guy behind them nailing. So that's like a assembly line all the way up the fence line to get this fence done.
It's nice to get out on the ground and see the actual results, whether we've inventoried a lot of fences that potentially have some effects on movements, create barriers, and those things are actually being changed and modified to enhance movement for our big game species.
Within hours of making the fences more wildlife friendly, the antelope were just scurrying under them very rapidly and appeared to be moving through those corridors a lot easier.
I think we all can feel so proud of what we have done together collectively. It's not one entity versus another entity. It's all of us doing what we think is the right thing to do for these pronghorn. And eventually, that will provide for the elk and deer and moose too. But the pronghorn were really the keystone species.
We're actually creating permanent conservation in the sense of maintaining these migration corridors.
We need wildlife, we need wild places, and so what we've been able to do is with the Green River Valley Land Trust, working with private landowners, working with the agencies, and then working with the energy companies, take mitigation dollars, private dollars, and some government dollars and put that together for something that's just fantastic for wildlife. We're protecting areas that need to be protected, ensuring that this corridor maintains. It's for game animals, for non-game animals. I'm with the Wild Sheep Foundation. We don't have wild sheep down in this area, but where wild sheep can be an indicator up in the high areas, pronghorn are an indicator in the lower areas. Pronghorn health indicates what's going on with mule deer, what can go on with elk and moose. So it's a critical program. The Wild Sheep Foundation is glad to be a part of this, and as all the organizations, this is something that we need to do to protect this.